Target down.
Hostile down. Previous death event.
Welcome to XDefiant's Season 1 reveal. I'm your XDebrief host, Yusuf Garcia McGee, and we have a hell of a show for y'all today. We'll be deep diving into Season 1, talking about the new GSK faction, looking at the new weapons, learning all about ranked mode, and showing off the new clubhouse map. And a little bit later on, we'll be giving away a free in-game item, so stay tuned for that. But let's stop wasting time. Here's everything you can expect from Season 1.
Welcome to the team, operator. HQ here. Ready for deployment.
Ballistic shields equipped! Something we've never done.
Deploying countermeasures.
Planting a briar patch.
Operation is a go. Prepare to engage.
Providing defense.
Our team has the flag. Your flag extraction was successful. HQ here. Ready up, operator.
My time to shine. Just getting even.
Don't get between me and my objective.
Sorry, no prisoners. All according to plan!
Target neutralized.
That's right, new weapons, new maps, new modes, new skins, and a new faction. That is how you do a new season, folks. Now, we're gonna talk about maps, weapons, and ranked mode in just a little bit. But first, we gotta start with the GSK faction. Take a look at this.
Be advised, danger close.
Providing defense. Don't get between me and my objective.
This is GSK, an elite strike force from GSG9, members of Rainbow Six. These counterterrorism specialists are your go-to operators when your back is against the wall. Drop their shockwire to build a high-voltage perimeter around objectives.
Shockwire is hindering hostile efforts.
Or deploy the active defense system to swat down incoming enemy explosives. GSK operators are tough, able to shrug off most headshots thanks to their ballistic helmets. But you can also take their fight to the enemy with the G52 tactical shield, equipped with a powerful frontal flash.
That's what I call crowd control.
GSK operators stand at the core of any defensive game plan, even if they have to push back enemies to get the job done.
Problem solved.
Our different factions represent different styles of gameplay, and we felt that there was one missing. Both of their abilities are extremely strong for a static objective, so highly defensible. If you take zone control or occupy, you can use their abilities to kind of really lock down and protect an area. For a mode like capture the flag, you can place the shockwire down to kind of funnel opponents into a specific area that you want them to go to. You take a highly defensible ability like El Remedio, which heals anybody in a certain area. If they're in there, they're getting healed constantly, so it's really hard to burn them down with weapons. So oftentimes, players will use things like grenades to try to take them out. But if you've got GSK's ADS, it nullifies that. So they kind of work really well together to protect an area. One of the little secrets or tricks I like using with GSK is careful placement of the ADS. A lot of players will just throw something down and go, it's going to protect this area, but then it could be stolen or it can be shot and destroyed. I place it like on the ceiling. No one ever really looks up in the top of a room. When they come through a doorway, they don't really look up. Put them under an archway, put them around the corner of a wall, and so hide them. Don't just throw them on the ground. When we bring things in from other franchises, we try to stay as true as possible to it, but we need to make it fit our gameplay first. So it differs a little bit than what it does in R6. For that one, it's placed to last for a very long time, but it only has a set number of charges. It can only defeat a certain number of devices. Ours will actually take care of everything, but for a short period of time. You get it back after the cooldown, but once you set it down, you could have 10, 12 grenades coming at you and it will catch them all. Now for kind of counters to that, the hijack ability by DedSec is pretty underutilized because it's very situational. But in this case, the DedSec player can take the abilities for themselves, leaving you with nothing. You can also use things like explosive devices to take out the shock wire or melee them, but melee will still slow you down. You've got to take time to get rid of it, and you can get shot by the defending player. And you can't use an explosive, there's also an ADS there. With the shock wire, again, it's very similar. It's got a little bit larger area effect, mainly because the style of game is a little bit different. With R6, there's a lot of choke points, but you can kind of poke holes through walls. So we need something larger, because our game is free-flowing. We want large maps that players don't get caught up on little corridors or little doorways. With the flash shield, you can use it to push a point, but in our gameplay sessions, we've been mainly finding people using it as like a last stand. They're the last person on the point. They use their ultra. They can kind of sit there and keep blinding everybody until reinforcements can come back and relieve them. The best way to describe the way we determine what an ultimate's going to be is what is the fiction the players think of when they play that particular faction. As a GSK player who's a defensive specialist, what is like the best ultra that they could be using?
Ballistic shield equipped!
And so we went with the flash shield. The GSK trait basically nullifies the extra modifier that headshots do. So it would be the equivalent of getting shot in the body. We looked at the different characters, they all have helmets on, it just kind of made sense. It also ties in with being defensive specialists. They're staying behind, protecting an area, and it kind of lessens the impact that certain weapons can have against them. Sniper rifles now require 2 shots to the head against a GSK player rather than a 1 shot. With anything new that comes out in our game, we're always ready to make adjustments depending on what the audience sees or experiences. So we're not going to just release something and go, well, we'll address it in next season. You know, if something breaks in the meta, we're going to be on top of it. We're going to be looking into it as soon as possible. We use things like internal testing as well as analytics that come in from what the players are doing, so we can kind of analyze and see, okay, this is a trend that we might want to be aware of, and then address as quickly as possible.
Thanks so much, Scott, for shedding some light on GSK. But of course, there's so much more coming in Season 1, including 3 free weapons that can all be earned through the free Battle Pass. To learn a little bit more about how you'll be dealing damage in Season 1 of XDefiant, we spoke with systems designer Pat Price, better known as Aches.
Be advised, hostiles have unlocked the second tier of zones.
The LVOAC is our 6th assault rifle, and it's a favorite amongst many of our devs. The role we wanted it to fill was kind of a happy medium between some of those other extremes offered with our other rifles. The way to kind of think of it is a souped up M4. It's got better handling and a faster fire rate, but that comes at the cost of less range and more recoil. It's one of those weapons where you really got to master it to reap the benefits, but once you do, it's really rewarding. It's going to serve as one of our fastest time to kill ARs when it comes to body shots. Because it has more recoil and a faster fire rate, I really like to offset those in my loadout by adding the grip tape and the vertical grip, and then of course the extended mag to get more ammo. So the L115 differs from our sniper rifles by being kind of the middle ground between our other 2 offerings. The M44 is quick and snappy, but the damage doesn't always get the job done. The TAC-50, heavy and slow, but really reliable on those one-shot kills. We kind of find the L115 is right in that sweet spot without sacrificing the damage. So not too slow, not too fast, but pretty reliable on those one-shot kills. I gotta be honest with you, this is by far my favorite weapon in our game. But because of how our body multipliers are set up, the TAC 50 will get more one-shot kills to the lower torso, the L115 to the middle, and then the M44 you gotta be really spot on in the kind of the upper neck area. In addition to the 2 new primaries, we're introducing the sawed-off shotgun. It's a secondary, and we kind of realized within our secondaries we were missing that super close range lethal option. Why would you not want to have a back pocket shotgun paired up with your favorite primary? The sawed-off shotgun is much weaker than our primary shotguns, especially in terms of range. But it comes with really unique offensive and defensive capabilities, although there are the trade-offs. Along with the range, you're losing one of the best advantages of all our secondaries, which is movement speed. The sawed-off shotgun is still faster than SMGs, but about 5 to 10% slower than our other secondaries. I really think there's a case to be made for running the sawed-off shotgun with almost any primary, depending on your objective. My favorite though is sniper rifles. In our initial internal playtest, the L115 and the sawed-off shotgun was my go-to combo. Something to remember with the sawed-off shotgun though is you get very limited amount of shots, so choose them wisely. Aside from having the element of surprise, the moment-to-moment gameplay decisions is where the sawed-off shotgun thrives. There's plenty of times where you could have any primary and wish you had a shotgun. In Season 0, our weapon mastery offered bronze, silver, and gold. In Season 1, we're kicking that up a notch with our titanium series, Violet, Azure, and Prisma. Of course, we saved the best for last. Prisma will change colors, which is a first for our weapon mastery camos. These camos will also be available on all 3 of our new weapons as well.
Now, Pat's obviously an expert on XDefiant's weapons, but as a former FPS Pro player, he really knows his way around competitive gameplay. That's why we sat down with him to talk all about the new ranked mode. Check it out.
Ranked is rolling out in full for Season 1, but before you get geared up and ready to go, let's walk through the basics for XDefiant's Ranked mode. Competitive Ranked is a 4v4 playlist that supports 4 game modes: Occupy, Domination, Zone Control, and Escort. While similar to their casual playlist counterparts, some rules have been changed for Ranked. In Occupy, the zones rotate in a predetermined order. No randomized points means your team can plot their next move onto each point. Domination allows each team to play a side of the map for 5 minutes before switching sides at halftime to play again on the opposite side. Zone Control has teams taking turns as attackers and defenders. Unlike its casual playlist counterpart, defenders will be able to push back attacker captured progress to the nearest quarter of the progression circle. Finally, Escort will play like its casual playlist counterpart. As you start each season, you'll have a brief warm-up period with no ranks so you can find your footing before hitting that ranked grind. Let's talk rank distribution. The ranked ladder has 7 ranks: Bronze, Silver, Gold, Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, and Legends. Excluding Legends, each will have you progress through 10 levels to reach the next rank. If you happen to prove yourself as one of the best during the season and place amongst the top 500, you'll receive a special end of season reward. In Ranked, you'll be able to queue as a full squad of 4 as long as the highest and lowest ranked players are within 15 levels of one another. Starting in Diamond though, that max party size changes to 2. There you have it. Now you're ready to go out there and start climbing. We'll see you at the top.
Pat, thanks so much for joining us in the studio to talk about Ranked mode today. Now, I want to start with the basics first. What game modes are included in Ranked, and then who's it for?
Yeah, so ranked play is 4v4 as compared to our unranked, which is 6v6. The game modes are Occupy, Domination, and then Escort and Zone Control. These will have ranked rule sets not seen in our unranked versions. And we really believe that ranked is for everybody, right? Whether you're a bronze player or the best player in the world, you're always going to be matched against players of your skill level. As you progress, you'll get better and better climbing up in the ranks, and you'll get more rewards. So I think that's the one thing that's important is you don't lose anything by playing in ranked play. You're getting the same progression, the same XP, but there's a lot of cool rewards on the line that we don't want players to miss out on.
You mentioned there that ranked is 4v4 versus unranked being 6v6. What other differences are there?
So aside from that pace of play difference between the team sizes, ranked is going to be a little bit more methodical, a little bit more teamwork involved, and we really hope players will plug in their headsets and communicate.
Season 1 is also introducing Capture the Flag. what is the rate at which new modes are going to come to ranked?
Every new game mode will instantly be in unranked, and we're going to kind of use that as an evaluation period to see if it meets our criteria for a good ranked mode. If it does, we'll likely add it in the new season, and so players will have a little bit more experience with the mode and then get to play it in the ranked play.
We've been talking about ranked. What are the ranks?
So we have 7 total ranks: bronze, silver, gold, ruby, emerald, diamond, and then legends. Each rank will have 10 levels within that rank, and 100 RP, which rank points, to progress through each level. Once you hit legend, you'll be playing against the players within legend to kind of get your position in that leaderboard.
Pat, though, I do want to talk about how ranked is calculated. Is it as simple as like win, you go up, lose, you go down? What calculations are happening here?
Yeah, essentially it is that, but there is some nuance and some factors we consider. How well did you play? Are you the top performer or the worst performer on your team? If you're the best and when you win, you'll gain the most amount of RP. Even if on the flip side, if you lose and you're the best, you'll lose the least amount of RP.
Cleaning house.
Something else we consider is the prediction of who do we think is going to win that match between their MMRs. So if you're favored to win and you do, you won't win as much RP. And the opposite is true. If you're not favored to win and you lose, then you won't lose as much. Now to clarify, this performance that we're tracking isn't tied to just kills or KD. We're considering everything. Did you play the objective? How much? And so there's a lot of just, we want you to be the best player you can be as a whole, and that'll earn you that best performance.
Nice. So even if I'm not necessarily getting the most kills, I can still be maybe the best performer on my team.
Absolutely, yeah. You could be the worst performer on your team statistically in terms of kill and death, but if you're playing the objective and doing all the dirty work, you could find yourself in that top performance.
So speaking of RP, how much visibility are we as players going to have on that? Can we see the actual number go up and down?
Yeah, so we let you see everything. You'll be able to see the rank you're at, the rank level that you're at, and kind of where your RP is at within that level, right? To see whether you're close to ranking up or maybe close to D-ranking. So there's nothing that we don't show you.
So once the season is over, how does your rank reset?
Depending on how well you did in the past season, we'll reset you to various levels of silver, except for bronze. If you're in bronze at the end of the first season, we'll reset you back into bronze.
So what happens at the start of a new season?
So right away, ranked will be available, except it'll be available in what's called our ranked practice. So similar to season 0, where we kind of had the trial run of ranked, the ranks won't be turned on, but you'll be able to play the ranked modes, the ranked rules, everything that is in ranked except the ranks. This kind of gives you that 7-day window just to warm up, get ready for the new season. Once that's over, the ranks will reset. We'll put those players back into silver. Unless you were in bronze the previous season, then you will stay in bronze.
So partying up while in ranked, how does that work?
So basically, there's no restrictions on partying up from bronze to diamond. You'll be able to be a full 4-stack, solo queue, duo queue, trio, all of it. Once you reach diamond, however, we put a little restriction. We reduce that party size to 2, and that's true for legends as well. So you'll only be able to duo queue once you're at the top of the ranks.
So for ranked matchmaking, who can I party up with, and then who are we going to be matchmaked against?
In season 1, as a solo player, for example, it'll be 15 levels or a rank and a half above or below you. For parties, the same will be true, except for the matchmaking, we'll take the average RP of that party, and that will determine the 15 above or below levels.
Pat, speaking of parties, is XDefiant going to be sorting ranked lobbies based on party size? Like if I'm partying up with 3 other friends, are we going to be matchmade against other groups of 4?
So just like in unranked, we will always kind of prioritize matching any party with another party. Where it's not always going to happen, it is a priority for us. However, at the end of the day, ping is king.
There's so many different factors that go into ranked matchmaking. How do you make sure that the matches are relatively balanced?
Right, so what we do is we track players' MMR. We do this in unranked and in ranked. However, they're completely separate. MMR is only used for balancing the teams once the lobby has been found. So kind of what we mentioned earlier, we're using those 15 levels to find the players that you're matching against. We take their MMR then to balance the teams after they've been found.
Got it. So that MMR is really dictating the competitiveness of the match.
Yeah, you aren't being match made whatsoever with your MMR. It's only just to balance those teams.
Love it. So Pat, up until now, we've been talking about how ranked works, but I want to know what you're going to get out of ranked. Tell us a little bit about how the rewards work.
So first off, the rewards are completely exclusive to ranked play. As soon as you hit that first rank, you'll instantly unlock that reward. In season 1, this is from our paintball line, And the beauty is, as soon as you get that reward, you have it forever. So even if you go back down in ranks or you lose that progression, that reward is yours. However, we do have one reward that will only unlock for the top 500 players at the end of the season. So we'll have that leaderboard, and if you can finish in that top 500, you know it's yours.
Pat, before you go, is there anything else you can tell us about the future of Ranked?
Well, I can tell you it's a top priority for us. It's always going to be evolving season after season, and we're constantly going to be looking at players' feedback to make it the best it can be.
Love it. I can't wait to hop in. Pat, thank you so much for stopping by the studio today.
Thank you. I hope you're top 500.
One day. Shout out to Pat for going so in-depth on both weapons and the new ranked mode. And best of luck to all of you in those ranked lobbies. Now, the GSK faction isn't the only thing taking inspiration from R6. The new Clubhouse map has also been adapted. To learn a little bit more about the new map, here's Thomas.
Hello, I'm Thomas, one of the environment artists who work on the new Clubhouse map in XDefiant, and I'm here to show you the new map. For this season, the spotlight will be on one of Ubisoft's most beloved brand, R6. That's why we choose one of the most iconic maps from the franchise to include in our game. Welcome to XDefiant's Clubhouse. Our first goal while recreating the map was to preserve its unique visual identity. The pink glowy club, the biker's bar, the illegal garage, and the old dusty bedrooms are some of the places we are really excited for you to experience. Adding such a great map like Clubhouse to XDefiant gave us a real opportunity to pay homage to the R6 brand. You will be able to spot some very recognizable items from R6, like the barricades, the drones, the reinforced walls, and even the deployable shields. We added holes in the wall and part of the floor to represent the destruction that you see in R6, which add a layer of verticality and tactics to the map. We always try to maintain the map's original layout as much as possible, but manage to adapt and reshape many places to fit with the XDefiant mechanics that differ from the original game. Navigating the map as quickly and freely as possible is crucial in XDefiant. To achieve this, we demolished some walls, expanded some rooms, added opportunities for mental jumps and slide. We've also decided to extend the play area beyond the interior of the building, parts of the map that were underexploited in the original game. Now, when playing in Domination or Occupy games, you will be able to defend the parking lot or the old warehouse. We also opened a new area, inaccessible in the original game, the shipping dock, where you will fight to capture zone in both modes. We are super excited and hope you enjoy it. See you in the arena!
Season 1 of XDefiant is bringing a new faction, new maps, new modes, new weapons, and a brand new way to support your favorite creators. The XDefiant Creator Code Initiative kicks off on day 1 of the season and allows you to grant a creator of your choosing a commission for all your in-game purchases. Simply select Support a Creator from the in-game store and you'll see a list of eligible creators to choose from. Pick the one you'd like to support and their code will be linked to your account for the next 14 days, or until you decide to cancel. Anytime you buy an item from the in-game store with X coins, your preferred creator will receive a cut of that purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it allows you to help your favorite creator keep doing what they do best. For more information about XDefiant's creator codes, or if you're a creator that would like to be considered for the program, visit xdefiant.com/creatorcodes.
Hey everybody, I'm Zach Padgett, the community developer on XDefiant. Welcome to the community segment, where we'll be answering those questions you've left on Discord and showing off some of your amazing gameplay. Our first question is there a prestige-like mode coming to XDefiant? Yes, it's already in development and the timing is to be determined. Are there any plans for additional weapon mastery camo in XDefiant? Yes. In preseason, we had bronze, silver, and gold. In Season 1, we just announced 3 additional weapon mastery camos coming to the game. On top of that, we have upgrades coming to the weapon mastery system in the future. Is keyboard and mouse coming to console? Yes. We don't have an ETA to give yet, but a lot of the work is already done and it is planned. Will there be new weapons added to XDefiant? Absolutely. Each season will bring new maps, modes, faction, and weapons to the game. Each season will have a battle pass that contains 3 new weapons in the free rewards. Weapons found in one season's battle pass will be available through challenges in the next season. Will there be private matches in XDefiant? 100%. It is important to us for both our tournaments and esports, and we can't wait to share more. Can you tell us about the factions coming in Year 1? We just revealed GSK, our Season 1 faction, and we're very excited for the utility and gameplay changes it's going to bring to the game. Now, I can't give away all of our factions for this year, but I can say we're very excited for the changes and impacts that each of those factions are going to bring in this year. It's going to be a great one. Will there be a kill cam or similar feature coming to XDefiant? I don't have any specifics to share quite yet, but that is something that we're working on as we speak. Will Search and Destroy be coming to XDefiant? Absolutely. We know this is a top request, and I can't give away all of the hype and details yet, but it is coming to one of the seasons of Year 1. So when that answer was recorded, it was true that the mode would be coming out in Year 1. However, we know that all of you really want to play a Search and Destroy-like mode, so we are pleased to announce Bomb. This mode will be coming Season 1. Here's a sneak peek. Thank you for those questions. Be sure to keep submitting them on Discord and our other social media channels so that we can continue answering the important topics to you. Now, let's have a little bit of fun and show off those amazing gameplay moments that you've been sharing with us. Thanks for watching XDebrief. Until next time.
Holy